Today, I want to share a testimony about how I came to salvation. I grew up Buddhist because of my family. I simply followed what they practiced, carrying it with me into adulthood. Later, I met a Christian roommate who invited me to fellowship meetings. From there, I began attending church off and on. Eventually, I considered myself both Christian and Buddhist. But something was missing. When I went to church, I didn't understand the sermons and often felt bored. I tried reading the Bible, but I couldn't grasp it. In 2006, my roommate gave me a Bible. I was curious about the book of Revelation. But no matter how hard I tried, I couldn't understand what I was reading. Years passed. In 2014, I went through a very difficult time. I felt like religion had failed me, so I turned away from faith altogether. Then in 2016, I became involved with a Christian-based organization. As I walked into the church where the organization was located, I felt a quiet prompting that I should return to church. I didn't go back right away. Instead, I began weekly Bible studies with a friend. In May of 2017, everything changed. I had reached a point where I felt completely overwhelmed. That night, after lying down in bed, I prayed to God for the first time in my life. I didn't know how to pray, yet these words came straight from the heart. Lord, I give you my life. Will you come into my heart? I want to serve you. Then I fell asleep. The next day seemed normal at first, but soon I felt a strong urge to go to church. This time I listened. When I entered the church, something was different. I heard worship music I had heard many times before, but now it moved me deeply. I wanted to cry, though I didn't understand why. Then the pastor began preaching. For the first time, it felt as though the message was meant personally for me. The words made sense. They reached my heart. I continued going to church, and the same thing happened again and again. In the mornings, I found myself waking up early to spend time with the Father. I would sit quietly and simply talk with God. One day, I felt an inner prompting to read the Bible. I responded by thinking that I didn't have one. Then I remembered the Bible my roommate had given me years earlier. It had followed me everywhere. And now, when I truly needed it, it was there. When I opened it, the words were alive. Understanding flooded in. I couldn't stop reading. I also listened to the audio Bible, and certain scriptures stirred my spirit deeply. Then one day, while walking into the kitchen, I felt as though a literal veil was being lifted. In that moment, I knew with certainty that Jesus was my Lord. He was my Creator. He was my King. I realized He had known me before time began. It felt like remembering a truth that had been hidden for my entire life. 3 months later, while watching Sid Roth's It's Supernatural, another realization came. I understood that I had been born again. I had heard that phrase before, but now I truly understood it because it had happened to me. After that, I believed the Holy Spirit gave me discernment, and I began to experience the spiritual world in profound ways. One day, as I entered a room, I felt a strong, peaceful presence, and realized it was coming from the Bible. The peace was so powerful that it changed the atmosphere of the room. Another time, while spending time with God, I sensed angels rejoicing countless in numbers. They were so joyful and celebratory. I thought, wow, the angels are really celebrating today. I believe the Holy Spirit allowed me to sense that angels truly do rejoice over our salvation. I was the first believer in my immediate family. There was no one to guide me. It was the Holy Spirit who taught me, who revealed truth to me, and who opened my eyes to the spiritual world. And that is the end of my testimony. Thank you for listening.